Kidney disease can be undetected for a very long period of time, and sometimes people only find out that they've got a kidney problem when they go and see their GP for something that they think is unrelated, and then they get told that they've got advanced kidney failure, and obviously that's a huge shock for people.
I found I had a thing in my eye, like a blood shot in my eye, and so I went to the eye hospital, and over like a series of days, maybe like 2 days, they'd been looking into my eye, and really they didn't see much going on. Maybe there was like a little bit of a blood vessel burst, but then they did my blood pressure, and then they found out that it was like maybe 200 and something over 175, which is really high. From there, they sent me to Mary Hospital, and from there, they couldn't let me leave. I was kind of forced to stay there because my blood pressure was so high that anything could happen to me, basically. And when I got moved to Royal London Hospital, the doctor sat down on my bed, he looked at me in the eyes, and he said to me, "Jonathan, we did a biopsy and your kidneys are shown that they are like maybe 10% working. It's very unlikely that your kidneys are able to come back to life again." And that's the initial bus hitting you, getting kicked in the stomach kind of feeling that you get, because you realize that's it. That's your life now. You have this life-threatening condition, and yeah, it's hard.
The way I found out that I had kidney failure was I wasn't feeling great, and on my left leg I had a pea-sized lump on the side of my leg, so I was a bit paranoid about that and thought I had a blood clot. So that was enough to get me to go to the doctor, otherwise I wouldn't normally go. I went to the doctor, he said, "Well, I think you're fine, but we'll send you for blood tests." In the evening, my local doctor called me and said, "You need to come to the surgery. I think something's not quite right with your numbers." And he said, I think that you have kidney failure. So what happens now? Sent to the hospital. Blood tests, then they confirmed it that day that I had kidney failure. I had to go on dialysis the next day.
In an emergency, our priority is to keep you safe and to keep you well, and that very often means that we need to start a treatment using a method called haemodialysis. Haemodialysis is a treatment which cleans your blood. A small part of your blood is taken out, put through a machine and through a filter, and in the filter waste products and extra fluid are removed. Most people will be an inpatient for a few days at least, and to start with you'll have dialysis every day and probably have quite short sessions on dialysis. We'll then start doing some extra tests to find out what caused the kidney problem, and once we have a good idea about whether the kidneys will get better or not, we'll start talking to you about the different treatments that there are and help you to plan for the future. So once you're feeling better and you're stable on haemodialysis, we then talk about the different treatments that are available, and you have the option to change to peritoneal dialysis if that would suit you better. For some people, transplantation will be an option, and so again, for those people, once we've got you safe, once we know what's caused the kidney problem, we'll then start looking at transplantation.
Initially, when I came in here, they had all this, maybe DVDs, pamphlets, all these nurses and doctors saying big words towards you. It was a lot to take in, a lot to absorb. Over time, I realized I might need to take some of this in. So I took it upon myself to learn as much as possible, because this is my health and I have to look after myself.
It can be really frightening when you first find out that you've got kidney failure, and there's so many different technical terms that you'll hear people using. So it's really important to make sure that you understand what's going on, and as a medical healthcare professional team, we're here to answer all of your questions. So please, no matter how silly you think it is, do ask us and we'll explain to you what's going on.